Alright, VC. Two in one day, who would have thought, right? So, coming back to make my vinyl tag 2019. Really liked some of these questions, so we're just going to get right into it. Best find. I kind of made it plural, finds of 2018. I did one jazz, one rock, I guess you could say. So the first one, this probably could have been in my dollar bin find too, because I only paid 50 cents for this, and I'm not ashamed to say it. Got lucky. The Litter Distortions. It's an original. Pretty cool. That was at a ad off of OfferUp, I think it was, and I went over there, and I mean, it was all Neil Diamonds and Sinatra's, which I bought, Sinatra's, but somehow this snuck in there, so thankful for that. And my best jazz score of the year, easily, Amazing Bud Powell, The Scene Changes. One of my, probably my favorite jazz albums that I own. It's actually going to be a video I'm doing coming up. Not my favorite jazz albums, but just the ones that I own. I'm going to rank my top 20 here coming up shortly. But this album is just incredible. Bud Powell, Paul Chambers, Art Taylor. I really can't say enough about it. I mean, if you can at least just get this on CD and just listen to it, it's just, I mean, fantastic. I know you can get some of the later Liberty pressings too, so. All right, shout out to other, I got my cheat sheet here. Shout out to other VC channels that deserve more viewers. Really been getting into Black Beans and Rice. I know a lot of people said his channel and his, you know, subs are going up, but I mean, he really does deserve more subs. You know, when he first started, I think, you know, kind of feeling it out being on camera. I was the same way. Maybe I still am, I don't know, but it seems like he's really getting the hang of it now, and just making some great videos. Seems like he knows what he's talking about musically, and just seems like a great guy out in, I think he's in New Jersey, right? Another one, Smokestack Records. Young guy, I think he's up in Tennessee, Memphis or Nashville, I can't remember which one, but making some killer hauls. I think him and his buddy buy and sell, but he collects as well. And then Zach down in San Antonio, man. I know he actually does have a lot of subs. I didn't limit this just to 100, but Listen to Records, Zach down there, San Antonio. Great guy. You know, really knowledgeable in country and rock, and just seems like a great guy. And I mean, really probably should have more subs. You know, go check all these channels out, guys. What holes are you looking to fill in your collection in 2019? I kind of started at the end of 18 filling my Miles collection with the early Prestige ones that I got that I showed in my last mail call video. But the ones that I'm focused on for 2019 are Frank Sinatra. I need to get all my stuff that I have cataloged so I can see what I have, and I really would like to, you know, round out my studio album Sinatra. I know that's tough, but I'd really like to do it. I have gotten a lot of his early Capitol pressings, so it's a lot of the, I think, the reprise stuff that I need to get. So good thing about estate sales, everyone had Sinatra. So oh, and the Beach Boys. I'm only missing a couple studio albums, so I will definitely be buying those this year. That's probably #1 on my list. I don't know offhand which ones I'm missing, but it's just a couple. So, a cheap album that's really good. Okay, so I got a jazz one, and then I have, so any of these guys, I mean, Ray Charles. You know, I mean, this is kind of like a comp, the Ray Charles story, 15 hits. This was volume 1. These are, I mean, these are at thrift stores, these are in dollar bins, I mean, and it's Ray Charles. Like, I don't know. His ABC stuff. You can get his, you know, sings country western for $3. I mean, these are all under, I mean, no more than $5 for a mint copy. And for jazz, I showed this in my last mail call. Hank Crawford, More Soul. No more than $8 for this, guys. It's an original on Atlantic. And this is a mint copy, $8 all day long. Fantastic album. Really, really killer. All right, moving along. Oh, your favorite side project album. So, I didn't grab the CD, I'm sorry guys, but I do have the single off of it. That's a band called, you can see it, The Rentals. It's a side project of, you guessed it, Weezer. The bassist Matt Sharp, for the first two albums, the Blue Album and Pinkerton, arguably their two best. I don't know if you've seen that Saturday Night Live skit from a couple weeks ago where they're showing, you know, post and pre Matt Sharp, but it was pretty funny. But so this is Friends of P is the song. They actually had another song, I think it was Waiting, and that actually was on the soundtrack for, I don't know if you remember the movie Joe's Apartment with like all the cockroaches and stuff. So check it out, guys. It's really good music. A song from an artist band that is uncharacteristic in their catalog. So in the early catalog, Weezer was kind of, you know, I mean, you know the Blue Album, Buddy Holly, and I mean just guitar riffs, kind of poppy rock, and then this album came along, Pinkerton, and the very last song on here is Butterfly, and it's just an acoustic, you know, ballady type song, and it was very different, I thought, than their entire catalog, so really enjoyed that. The last album you purchased, well, they're not here yet. I've been on a huge jazz kick. I can't get off of it, and I need to. I need help, guys. But I just picked up these two. Expression and Om. Both killer shape. Nice gatefold. And the original Impulse. And you know me, I don't pay full price for anything, so these were killer deals. Been scoring on eBay lately. So those are my last two buys. Great album with a bad cover. I don't know if you'll agree with me on this or not, but fantastic album. I mean, you know, I really enjoy the album, but I just don't get the cover. It's Cold Blood, their self-titled album. Now you have Lydia Pence, who obviously looks fantastic. Great voice. What's with the cover? I mean, the cold and the blood. I just don't get it. I don't understand. Great album, though. And the next one is the opposite. It's a bad album with a cool cover. So I got this when I was up in Pittsburgh. I was up there for about 4 months over a couple years ago, and I picked this up because it looked pretty cool. This is the Gruberger Brothers, Greetings from Reading, PA. I love that cover. It's like, you know, Greetings from Ashbury Park. But I bought it because, I mean, look at these guys. They look like they're ready to rock out, you know? So it's supposed to be like a garage punky. It just didn't work for me. I just couldn't get into it, but I love the cover so much. It's got to stay. And it's kind of a reminder of my trip up there. So, alright. Next one is a blues album. So I had something to choose from, but kind of going with the Old Faithful here. Muddy Waters, Electric Mud. You guys know this one. It's a great album. A little out of the norm for normal blues, but great stuff. An Earworm song. So obviously there's several, but there's two on this one album. It's Queen, News of the World, and as soon as I show this, you probably already know what they are. Obviously, We Will Rock You and We Are the Champions, two of the most overplayed songs at you know, sporting events around the world, and you probably have it in your head already. But anyways, all right, a historically important artist. I'm gonna have to go with, and yes, I did find this in 2018, and yes, it is a new one. This is not a drill. Nina Simone, Little Girl Blue, and yes, original on Bethlehem. I don't know what's going on with 2018, but I closed with 2 more Nina albums in like mid-December before Christmas, guys. I don't know. Maybe that's it for my whole life. I don't know. But I was really happy to get this. This is her very first album. Nina Simone, if you haven't watched the documentary on Netflix, I suggest you do. Really, really hard life. But she was also significant in the... I guess the struggle. I mean, she actually played when they walked across the bridge in Alabama with Dr. King. She was next door neighbors with Malcolm X. Like, their kids played every day. Like, they called her Auntie Nina. I mean, Malcolm X's kids. So the important role she made in the civil rights movement is, I mean, second to none. She was a huge figure. I mean, Mississippi Goddam, you know, after the burnings down there in the church. I have to say she's very significant and culturally important in music. Alright, moving along. An album you own because of your parents. Let's go straight to my dad. I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't have found him without it, but next one is Jimmy Buffett. Riddles in the Sand. My dad is a gigantic parrot head. Doesn't even begin to describe it. But I was really happy to start buying these. And obviously Jimmy Buffett can be had pretty cheap. But this was one of my favorite ones. Who's the Blonde Stranger? When the Wildlife Betrays Me. Ragtop Day. One of my favorite songs. She's Going Out of My Mind. Just, I mean, it's good music. I don't know how you can't like Jimmy Buffett, but so I can thank my dad for that. Best dollar bin find. You know, I don't really go to record stores much, but all estate sales are under $2 usually. Sometimes they charge $4, but I showed this one not too long ago. Nick Drake, Brighter Later. I probably could have been the Distortions too, but that was my best find, so I use this as my favorite dollar bin find. Killer album. Such a good voice. This isn't an island. This is a later, the U.S. pressing, but still, I never see his stuff in record stores or anywhere, so it was really nice to find. Favorite double album? I don't really have a favorite double album. I mean, it's hard to even, I don't know. So I'll just show the last double album that I bought, or I got for Christmas. It's Charles Bradley's Velvet box set. Comes in a nice velvet box. I'll kind of talk more about that in one of my next videos, but really good album though, guys. An album you learned about from the VC in the past year. So this was from Ron at the Hog's Ear Report. Also another channel I'm sure all you guys are familiar with, but great taste in music, garage, psych, anything kind of 60s, 50s, Monkees. But this is The Remains. This is their first album, but this is a repress on Spoonfed. It's got the red vinyl. This is like from the 70s, I think, a repress. But killer album. They opened for the Beatles on their last tour, and that's all I needed to hear. Go check it out. What's next? A 10-inch record. So I had a couple really killer ones. I chose this one because I don't think I've shown this before. Night at Berlin, Art Blakey Quintet. This has Clifford Brown, Lou Donaldson, Horace Silver, Curly Russell, and then obviously Art Blakey on drums. On the 767 Lexington label. It's a killer album. I try not to, I mean, I couldn't pass this up obviously, but I try not to buy 10 inches too much. But couldn't pass that one up. A 7-inch record. Actually, hold on one sec. Okay, so This is a group out of Oakland. It's called The Natural Four. The actual title track is I Thought You Were Mine. And the B-side is Hurt, soul funk group from the 70s, late 70s. Just go look that up. Natural 4, I Thought You Were Mine promo, and let me know what you find, because I was probably up there with the litter as far as my finds of the year. And that's probably going to go for sale eventually, because I really don't need anything that expensive in my collection. Favorite album to fall asleep to? Any jazz, you know, except Dolphy, right, Andrew? I remember I posted that and you're like, how'd you enjoy that? Was it relaxing? No, not so much. So any jazz really would be enjoyable to fall asleep to. Favorite VC experience? Just meeting everybody, you know, it was kind of cool. Last year I bought a collection, and Brendan, my friend Morrissey came over and kind of dug. We didn't really like to hang out too much, but kind of sucks he moved now, but maybe we'll meet up some other time. But it was nice having him over for a little bit, and just meeting everybody pretty much. I didn't really have any expectations when I started doing videos, just I've been watching them for so long and just, you know, did the plunge, and I've enjoyed it ever since. Made some really great friendships. I really enjoy the, you know, you'll notice when you start making videos that your subscribers will go up, but your comments kind of stay the same for the most part. So just kind of enjoy the core subscribers that you have, and, you know, I don't even call them subscribers, I call them kind of friends, you know. I mean, I enjoy, you know, seeing the people that are going to respond to me. I know they're always going to respond. And advice for people contemplating making videos, last question. Just do it. I mean, I don't know what else to say. You know, don't feel bad about your music tastes. I've had a couple of negative people respond once. Why isn't that a first pressing? Your first pressing, goodness. And I'm like, because I can't afford first pressings all the time. I just came up with a name. Sorry, I'll change my name. What do you want me to do? But yeah, just have fun. Don't overwhelm yourself making a video like every day or anything. Enjoy your life as well, and just make friends, man. That's what this community is about. Really happy to be a part of it, and I don't know, hopefully 2019 is a good year for you guys. I'm gonna head to work right now, work midnight, so anyways, talk to you guys later.